You've been carrying this dream of yours for way too long already. If you want to start a business or make money online, want to get better in speaking to women or approaching women, maybe you want to start learning an instrument, maybe you want to speak a new language, whatever it is that you want to do, but you have this feeling like you have to wrap your head around it first. You think you have to have it all figured out, have a strategy or a blueprint. Maybe you even did hours of research here on YouTube. Maybe you Googled for hours and literally days binging videos, binging texts and strategies, but still don't feel like you have the concrete steps that you need to achieve your goal and start like a professional. If any of this resonates with you, then this is the video that I created exactly, specifically to help you. Because I was basically in your situation around 2 years ago, and basically my whole life, that I always felt and knew I wasn't living up to my potential. I was hyper motivated to do a lot of things, but I ended up doing nothing. I was procrastinating like a master. I was mastering in the art of procrastination, and it caused a lot of deep frustration in me with myself, because I knew I was meant to do more, but I couldn't really figure out how to do it. And I know my younger self would have said that I'm just not living up to my potential just yet, and one day I will. But I do know that this came with a lot of insecurity and deep shame, because I was convinced I was meant for more, but at the same time, I was never sticking to anything. I wasn't able to do anything. I didn't have real confidence in myself. I just didn't know how to get there. And today I'm running 2 businesses, or running 1 successful business and building a second one on the side. I work out every single day. And to all the friends that I made in the last few years, they know me as the guy who gets shit done. So today I want to share with you the number one, the only lesson that I wish I would have learned earlier that enabled me to drastically turn my life around. And it all starts with understanding a paradox in learning. I call it the quality-quantity paradox. And I guarantee you that basically nobody is talking about it. And I don't know if you ever heard of it before. There is a book that is called Art and Fear. And in there is a story of an art teacher who has a class for clay pottery, or how we call that, where she wants her students to make clay pots. And she wants to conduct a personal study. So she splits her class in 2 different groups. Group A gets prompted to create the most perfect clay pot. They get all the material and tools that they need, just create one perfect clay pot. And group 2 just gets a big amount of clay and all the tools as well, and gets prompted to create as many clay pots as they possibly can. But the big plot twist happens when the teacher goes back to evaluate the outcomes of the 2 groups. And she finds a perfect clay pot, but it's not in group A. It's in group B. And group B wasn't even prompted to create a perfect clay pot. They were just told to create as many clay pots as they could. And I'm telling you, this is literally the most important lesson that I wish I could teach to everyone, because I have this wish that somebody just told it to me earlier when I was in my 17th or 18th year. This would have made me progress through my life so much faster. Whenever you want to start something, you cannot outstudy the beginning of the learning curve. Quantity will lead to quality. You cannot study quality when you're a beginner. It's impossible. You need iteration. You need taking action. And if you're somewhat like me, you will probably have some arguments against this teaching and think, this is not completely right, because this was an art class and they work with their hands, and you can't really say this for everything because some things just require more strategy. Okay, let's take the most strategic game of all time, the strategy game, chess. All the chess professionals spend hours and hours every day reading books, studying different positioning, studying, learning every single opening with all the different options and win probabilities. That is what the professionals do. But I challenge you, if you never played chess before, you can sit down for months with your stupid ass books or look at courses, watch videos, and afterwards you and me will sit down and I'm bad at chess, but I will destroy you with this stupid, embarrassingly frustrating back rank check. And if you ever played chess before, you know that's one of the most frustrating things that can happen to you, but it happens to every beginner. There is no way around it because it is so embarrassing and so stupid and so frustrating. You need that pain to learn. No book will give you the experience. You will not learn. There is no way that you will outlearn the experience of getting back rank checked, if that makes sense to you. And look, you still may say, yeah, Linus, but I don't feel comfortable. I need more strategy, and I'm just a different type of person than you. You may be an action taker, and I need to really understand everything before I take action. Listen, that's fine with me. That's fine. I'm not here to convince anyone. I'm here to help you to make progress. And I just want to ask you, if when you say that, do you believe that with all your being? Is that really the truth? Because if it is, then feel free to take your path, man. But I can imagine that there is a small part of you knowing that it is actually way more comfortable staying in your book, staying in watching YouTube videos, staying in designing your perfect strategy for one day you will launch and then everything will go crazy. Isn't there one part of you that just knows that there is a thing of an element of excuse in this when you say that? And also, isn't that the exact same mindset that brought you to where you are today? I mean, didn't that inhibit your progress? And why would it be different for the future? In my experience and what I learned from multiple successful people, when you start doing something, you need to do it and you need to do it often. There is no way around it. Or to say it in my words, there is no knowledge that will prevent you from sucking at your first attempts. Let me repeat that. There is no knowledge that can ever prevent you from sucking at your first attempts. You will definitely suck at your first attempts no matter how much you prepare. Look at this YouTube video, for example. This here is my first YouTube video, and I wanted to start a YouTube video channel 5, 6, 7 years ago. I don't even know when, and I binged hundreds of videos. Did I start a YouTube channel? Obviously not, because this here is my first video ever. And this time I didn't consume shit. I didn't watch videos about lighting. I didn't wait for fancy lights to come to order from Amazon to Colombia and Medellin, where I'm sitting in a random Airbnb right now. I'm just taking what I have and take action, because I know the scripting on this here could be infinitely better. But I still do think that this video here provides so much value if you really get the idea and you follow through what I just told you. If you do understand that, you should subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to create more content just like this that I deeply wished somebody told me earlier, 5 years ago, or at least 2 years ago, when I was just stuck, procrastinating, having a brilliant mind, but being trapped in myself, being undisciplined and not being able to do anything. And normally this here is the part of the video where every YouTuber tells you to go and watch the next video and make you binge watch even more. But I don't want you to do that. Let me give you just a few steps so you can take action right now without having to watch another video. I want you to take a piece of paper, and this will take literally maximum 10 minutes. I want you to take a piece of paper and a pen, and you're gonna write down for 3 minutes, set your timer on your phone for 3 minutes, and you're gonna write down all your different goals that you wanna achieve. Pause the video now, just write down all the goals that come to your mind in 3 minutes. Now that you did that, take your pen and look at all the goals. And I want you to draw a circle around one single goal. The goal that if you could magically achieve it today or tomorrow, would have the biggest impact on your life. Just make a circle around that. Take a second, look at all the goals and just pick one. And now that you did that, take a second piece of paper and I want you to write the goal right at the top. Write the goal at the top and then underneath list all the single fastidiously detailed steps that it will take for you to achieve that goal. Make it super small steps. For example, let's say you want to approach women or want to learn to approach women. The steps would be, start from the top. When you're walking the street, you should keep eye contact with a woman. That is the first thing. Don't look away like you're scared or something. The next step is to also give her a smile. Then the next step is to go to her, tell her she's beautiful, and just walk away. Don't even give her time to respond. Or make another step in between saying, hey, can you, or just asking for directions or some random shit, right? Just have a normal conversation. Then you can make a compliment. Then you can make a compliment plus ask for an Instagram because you want to see a smile again. You get the idea. Just go super detailed so you know exactly what to do and where to start. And then the fourth step that probably also nobody tells you, take your pen and write down the following sentence at the bottom of the page. Something like, I, Linus, commit to these actions above and this goal above to take action every single day for the next 90 days. Every day there is no excuse. If I'm sick, if this happens, every day for 90 days, I will take action on that. And the most important part, probably the second part, I also give myself permission to ignore every other goal that I wrote down on the other piece of paper. I want you to just pick one thing and stick to it because you're not able to do it yet. And that is how easy it is. You have to understand everybody tells you that things are complex. Why? Because if you have a complex problem, you need somebody to solve it. And if you need somebody to solve it, they can sell you a course. Listen to me. It is exactly as I'm saying. This is how people make their money nowadays in this attention-driven economy. But the truth is way more simple. If you want to start anything, you have to start and you have to fail. Fail fast, as a business partner of me says. You have to go through the first few iterations. Yes, you will suck at it. Yes, you will say, fuck this Linus guy and this simplified approach. I want some more complexity in my life. But if you genuinely follow through what we said here, if you genuinely understand it, imagine where you can be in 90 days. I mean, think about it. 90 days at whatever task you want to do, whatever thing you want to learn. 90 days is crazy. I'm telling you. So please stick to it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel because I'm still a super small creator. This is just my first video. So obviously, if you want to find me again, subscribe to the channel so I don't get lost in the algorithm. And then see you in the next video.